Hey bros, do you want to lose weight but still eat all the foods you love and not work out? Well, I'm here to tell you, you've been doing it all wrong. Why can't you eat pizza and chocolate and do no cardio? That's the real way to lose weight. Don't you want to be like me and do that? It's the best. Stop suffering. Do it the fun way, bros. Just send me $99.99 and we'll get on track right away. See you soon, bros.
What's up, sugar junkies? Checking in on day 22 of my sugar sobriety, and lots of great news to report today. As you can see from the weigh-in, if you've been keeping score, I'm definitely down quite a bit this week. So, at some point I'm expecting some kind of plateau or wall to hit. Maybe it's this week coming up, who knows? I thought it might be this week, but this week has actually been quite fantastic. So without further ado, let's go to the gym and check out all of our results. Here we are at the good old office gym, checking in on day 22. So I've just finished week 3. All good news to report this week. It couldn't have gone better. Honestly, I was thinking that I might plateau and not get anywhere, but here we are. I'm down 5 pounds, 5 solid pounds, and about a half an inch on my waist. Would like to get more off the waist. That's actually more important than the poundage, but whatever. As you'll see, as you can, chart my weight loss and you see from video to video, I lose it in my face first, always. I don't know why. It's the first place I put the weight on and the last place I take it off. I have always had a big head. So, things are looking pretty good here. I'll just do a comparison. You probably won't see a big difference from last week. Hopefully the lighting's a bit better. I will get better and better at this as the weeks go on. I swear I will be like a professional key grip or whatever they're called, the dudes who do the lighting. I'll be one of those guys eventually, within a couple of months. Anyways, front view, side view, you can see I still look like I could go out for the sumo team, but getting a little lighter. Things are feeling a little less tight. I'm not occupying as much real estate in this shirt, although I'll tell you, this shirt is a small because normally I walk around in small shirts, or I used to, and I said I'm gonna wear a small shirt just so you can kind of gauge things as time goes along. You're probably asking yourself, could I have picked a more hideous shirt? The answer is, oh, you don't even know. I got many more, way more hideous shirts than this. This is mild, I'm just getting started. But this is gonna be our check-in shirt every week just because I wanna keep it consistent. So, all in all, progress has been great, and we will see you again next week and see where we get to. I'm guessing I'll probably get 1 or 2 pounds if I'm lucky. It's gotta slow down at some point. You can't really sustain 5 pounds a week, that's a lot. I don't expect that much. I'm trying to eat healthy and not lose muscle because believe it or not, under here somewhere, I do have quite a bit of muscle under here, you'll see. So even though I had great results this week, I really did have a tough time the first half of the week. I honestly came about as close as I have to faltering or completely messing up as I have the entire time I've been doing this. The first few days, my weight kind of stuck and I got kind of down and I was like, oh no, am I hitting a plateau already? These kind of things really tend to get me down. They shouldn't let me because you have to realize that, this is a long-term thing, not a short-term thing. But boy, oh boy, you get 4 or 5 days in a row, you haven't lost weight and you're suffering. It gets tough. Plus, I'm just getting to the point now. This week is really the zone. So what is the zone? The zone is kind of an area where your cravings for carbs start to dissipate and your normal actually becomes not eating carbs instead of eating carbs. So now your body is saying, oh yeah, this is not something that I want or need. Before that time period, those first few weeks when you're dieting, I hate using the word diet. This is not a diet, it's a lifestyle. But those first few weeks when you cut those carbs out, your body's saying, this is not normal for me. This is not what I need. Where are the carbs that I was promised? and your body will be sorely disappointed for those first few weeks. But after that, you start to hit this zone and you feel fantastic and you don't even think about it. I'm just about there now. I would say I'd be lying if I said they're completely gone, but they're almost gone. And over the next week, I will barely notice it. It'll get to the point where you don't crave them. The only things that will happen is you will have trigger days where you're around that stuff and you're like, oh yeah, that looks pretty good. But day to day, your nightly cravings, your daily cravings should go away. It's just getting to that point. And I'm sure it's different for everyone, but for me, it's 3 to 4 weeks. And I'm happy to report I'm so far have safely landed inside that zone. So if I can get through this week, I think that that's basically phase 1 of my sugar sobriety. And it should get easier after that. So a little more on plateauing or hitting a wall. I think it's a really important thing to stress. If this happens to you, if you get to a point where you hit a period of 1 or 2 or even 3 or 4 weeks where you don't lose weight, it's really important not to get down on yourself or give up. It's an easy way to fail. Now, would you be happier sticking at the same weight for a while? Or would you be happier going back up in weight? Because that's the alternative. If if you're miserable because you're sticking in the same spot, then you're going to be more miserable if you start going up. So don't fall into that trap or use that as an excuse to go back into binging or hit the carbs. Do everything you can to avoid this. I just can't stress it enough how important this is. Another funny thing that happened is I get constantly bombarded with these ads for some dude named V Shred who is probably like in his 20s and born without an ounce of fat on his body, just like completely physically gifted, telling me that I can eat tacos and hamburgers and all my favorite foods, or to eat healthy snacks like a banana but put a jar of peanut butter on top of the banana. And I'm like, oh yeah, that would be great. I know these things aren't true, but I just thought it's pretty amusing. When I'm doing this, suddenly I'm getting bombarded with all these awesome ways to lose weight, but still eat all the carbs. Don't fall for that stuff. Honestly, that stuff is complete and utter BS. So how have I been feeling as a result of all this? The answer is short and easy. Pretty fantastic. I definitely have way more energy. My knees actually feel really good. They were getting to the point where it felt like they were going to buckle. Like I'd go up and down stairs and be like, ooh, did I hurt something? Or am I going to hurt something? I could just feel like they were on the edge and they were really sore all the time. They actually feel perfect right now. So even that little bit of weight, 19 pounds, I mean, it's nothing to sneeze at. But it's really just a drop in the bucket compared to where we want to get to. I probably have about a good 40 pounds to lose still. Yeah, more than 40, probably 45 pounds. So we've got a long way to go. But, you get 2 or 3 really good weeks at the beginning and you just get that confidence. You get the ball rolling. It makes everything going forward easier because you know what you're doing is working. And I know what I'm doing is working. So the long and the short of it is, if you're already doing what's right for you, then fantastic. But you're probably not on this channel if that's the case. If you need to get on track, the simple things that I'm doing are working and they can work for you. They've worked for me in the past. I know what works for me. There's a chance here for you to get on this bus, get started. I know I stress it every time, but I'm going to stress it every time going forward as well. You can do this and there's no time like today. So anything you need is inside of you. You've got it and you're ready to go. I believe in you. Do you believe in you? So my challenge for you this week is simple. 2 things. 1, I want you to drink at least a liter of water a day. 2 liters is ideal, but if you can do 1, it's probably 1 more than what you're drinking now, and that's a start. Number 2, pick a stable bedtime and stick to it. 7.5 hours a day is ideal. You can do 8 more, but 7.5 minimum. I don't care what time it is. I don't know what your schedule is like, but try to do that. Pick a bedtime and just stick with it. If you can do these 2 things, just see how much better you feel in a week. You let me know. You could let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you could like, subscribe, and hit that bell, it'd be very helpful to me. Just let me know who's watching and who's interested. And as always, thanks for your support. This has been a really fun journey so far, and I look forward to spending the rest of it with you guys. So until next time, guys, remember, life is so much sweeter without sugar.